Hello, and welcome to day 14 of our 21-day weight loss challenge. Now, today I have a special one that I think is very, very powerful, not just for weight loss, but just for the quality of life in general. And that is really about how we speak to ourselves. What is that inner dialogue or chatter or constant thought processing going on in our head? What does it have to do with our behavior? Well, first of all, just remember that self-talk, that internal dialogue can significantly affect our emotions, our decisions, and our overall well-being. So positive self-talk is empowering. It can boost your motivation, confidence, resilience, and really that's essential for any journey, but especially for a weight loss journey. But I want to tell you a story. So imagine if you could play in the background while you're just doing your daily activities, maybe for 10 to 15 minutes, just some positive affirmations, speaking in first person. I am strong. I am healthy, whatever it may be. And do nothing else, right? You don't think that you have to do something, that you have to plan something, that you have to exercise more, or you have to work on a certain type of exercise or diet plan. What if I was to tell you that just playing these affirmations in the background, not even having to concentrate on them, not having to use your brain power to do that, would allow you to lose weight? Well, that's exactly what happened to my dear friend, Dr. Shad Helmstead, who has been writing books on language and positive self-talk for almost 40 years. And there's a great interview that I did with him about 8 months ago in the podcast and then on YouTube if you want to check it out. But what happened with him and how he really discovered the value of positive self-talk was quite intriguing. Well, first of all, he had a language background, so he was already studying language. He felt like not only do we learn the language of what we're speaking, but we learn other languages or other programming as we're growing up and in our culture of those people that we want to emulate, maybe our voice, the type of language that we use, our thought processes. But the really important one is a self-talk piece. So he thought he would do an experiment on himself, as many good scientists do. That N of one experiment typically will be the beginning of some really amazing understanding and other ideas, other things that might spark other intervention or might lead you down a path of quite an amazing discovery. So he created this back then with just listening to recording things that he wanted to do because he said he had a significant amount of weight to lose. And he started making positive affirmations into the recording. I am healthy. I eat only the foods that I know that will give me health. I stop eating when I'm full. Those type of statements. And he would do this for, just 10 minutes or so. First thing when he woke up in the morning, he said he would be in the bathroom, shaving, doing his morning routine. And he did nothing else. He just played that. And over the course of 10 weeks, 2.5 months, he lost 58 pounds. Now, let me repeat that. Over 10 weeks, he lost 58 pounds with doing nothing else but changing what he was listening to. Because over the course of those 2.5 months, his inner dialogue began to change. But what's even more interesting is that his wife, who shared the bathroom with him, like there was a double vanity and she was putting on her makeup, she was also listening to this in the background because she just happened to be present. And guess what? She lost 25 pounds in 10 weeks. So this is significant. I call this positive collateral damage, meaning that you're doing things that are good for you, but others also benefit. So that's where the positive collateral damage comes from. And he was like, aha, this is very interesting. But another thing that he mentioned is that having your own voice speak to you can actually be a little bit more difficult for you to actually absorb and change because oftentimes that reminds us of our own inner thoughts and there might be more friction. But if you have someone else's voice in these recordings that you're listening to just in the background of your day-to-day experience, that could even be more profound. So he wrote a book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Definitely worth to read or listen on Audible. He has an amazing app called Self Talk Plus. Check it out, guys. It's well worth it. I think it's phenomenal. But the reason I went through that story is because I think it's so powerful to understand why I'm encouraging you to do self reflection, do mindset work, really think about changing this inner dialogue, because this really is where whatever your goal is, be it weight loss, getting healthier, better relationships, improving your financial state, it doesn't matter. Whatever that is, it starts here. And once we can grasp that knowledge and that we have the power within us to make these changes, we really do. We don't have to be victim to the certain circumstances. We can change our circumstances. And if we can't change the circumstances, we can change how we view them and how we interact with them, how we feel about them, right? So if you change how you're looking at something, the things that you're looking at change. So I feel like I'm throwing out a lot of interesting analogies and, quotes or whatever, but I really just want to kind of hone in on that point. So I hope you find that helpful. So, what is the action step for today? First of all, we want to craft positive affirmations, right? So, start with identifying your personal strength and goals. So, maybe reflect on your current strengths, your achievements, and what you aim to accomplish in your weight loss journey. And then I want you to create tailored affirmations. So, based on your reflection, craft 3 personalized positive affirmations. For instance, I am proud of my body. I'm proud of my strength. I'm proud of my capability. And for each healthy choice I make brings me closer to my goal. But I would even say more than that and say, I only make healthy choices for my body. I am strong. I am healthy. Even if you don't feel strong, even if you don't feel healthy, just state where you are going to go and live it and feel it as if it's already present, because that's where the brain will pay attention and say, okay, that's where we're headed. And you'll begin your new journey. You'll see each day as a new success. And then you want to integrate these affirmations into your day. Again, it could be as simple as, talking into the little memo component of your smartphone and playing them back in the morning while you're walking, while you're exercising, on your drive to work. It doesn't matter. So you want to figure out how you can do that. Sometimes some people will put a written one, but I think there's something powerful in the listening component. But I would say you could either repeat them to yourselves if you don't want to record them, but somehow have them spoken to you, be it yourself or someone else speaking. And then really, I wanted to share another story. There's a woman that I follow. I think her Instagram is called Dolphina. And she's an older woman in her mid 60s, wiser, not older. And she's had an amazing physical transformation over the course of 4 years. She's had heart surgery. She had a pancreas transplant because of type 1 diabetes 30 some odd years ago. She was significantly overweight. She was very ill at one point, not too long ago, and finally made a decision to change her life. And when she did that, she started seeing herself differently. And there was this one live that she did that I won't forget. She was saying that she went on a vacation with her husband. And this was about 6 or 7 months into her journey of lifting weights, eating better, really just feeling different about who she was as a person. And they went on this vacation. Also, by the way, she had a significant amount of weight to lose. I wanted to point that out. But on her vacation, her husband would take photos and, they're having a great time. And when she got back home, she looked at the photos and she goes, that's really interesting. The person she saw in the photos did not look like the person that she felt she was. She goes, that's not me. I'm someone strong and thinner and more whatever she thought that she needed to be. So the point here is that she had already made the transformation in her mind. So if you make the transformation in your mind, your body will follow, right? Your behaviors will follow. So I think that's the power here of the self-talk. It's the belief. It's the change in what's going on upstairs in this 3 little pound organ that uses up 20% of your glucose every day. That's so freaking phenomenal, right? If I could just hug you and tell you how much, if you would just love yourself, give yourself the message that you are worthy to do these changes, the whole world would be an amazing, better place. So there's that. So what is the writing action today? So first of all, I really want you to just really take time every day. Remember, just sit back and reflect, and you owe yourself that time to be with yourself. And if it's hard, That's where the writing can come. So now you're moving away from just sitting with your thoughts, but you're writing out your thoughts, which in and of itself has value. And research has shown it can actually improve your well-being, including your mental well-being, your spiritual well-being, and your physical well-being. So maybe some prompts for you before and after. Maybe compare your mental state before and after repeating the affirmations. How do you feel internally? Did you notice shifts in your moods, your thoughts? How about your physical feeling? And responses to challenges. So reflect on moments when you felt down or faced a setback, right? So how did engaging in positive self-talk at those times affect your reaction and decision making? And I have another story here. So it's funny when we all go through tough times, right? So we struggles, we have stories, we have moments in our lives that, it's almost like a fork in the road. You could make a decision and go down one path, or you can make the other decision and go down another path. And at that moment in time, when we're sitting here faced with what may seem as a trivial decision, really can have a profound results in different trajectories. And, over time can make a very, very important and vast impact on our lives and how they end up. So for me, this came in a point when someone told me that I shouldn't be a doctor, right? And that I didn't have what it took. And yeah, so there were these negative statements. Now, I could have done one of two things in my mind at that point. Was one, I could choose to believe them, or two, I could choose not to believe them. And I chose not to believe them because I already knew in my heart of hearts from the age of 10 that I was meant to be a physician. Now, I didn't know what those challenges look like. I didn't know what those obstacles would be thrown in my way for me to get to the point that I could be in a place to help others, because I knew that's what in my core, I was meant to do. That was my purpose. And we'll get back to purpose in other videos, but your purpose is so valuable. Every single one of you has a purpose. You are meant to be here. You have a meaning. You are loved, but you have to start with yourself, right? You can't give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, how can you give yourself fully? You may love someone, but imagine if you came from a place where you loved yourself, and then you can further give even more love, that unconditional love. And that's what we need to work on as humans, myself included. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I think it's such a powerful statement. So even if you could just do it for a few minutes a day, and sometimes it's really hard to look at the person in the mirror and say that you love you, but that's where you have to start. And it's not selfish, it's not egotistical, it's not narcissistic. All that is being taking care of the one person that at the end of the day is going to always be there with you. It's yourself, right? So there's that. Anyway, the third part of the writing prompt maybe is long-term strategy, right? So envision ways you can integrate positive self-talk into your daily routine. How can you practice and aid in overcoming future challenges in your weight loss journey or any journey that you want? Because remember, I want to approach this weight loss journey of yours in a different way. I want you to think about it as there's multiple facets to what maybe the scale shows. Because again, I grab people's attention with the weight loss because that's what people initially see. But I want you to understand over the course of these 3 weeks, how amazing so many little things can change by just thinking about things differently. But anyway, I hope you found that helpful, and it was absolutely delightful speaking to you today. And I will be back tomorrow with day 15, and we'll be talking about finding some enjoyment in moving our bodies. So don't forget, you can download the free PDF in the Dr. Marbas website, drmarbas.com, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.